Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps.
I remember when my uncle used to call himself like syphilis.
What do you mean he used to call
in video games? Like when you play a competitive video game and then you would kill somebody, it'd be like, you were killed by syphilis. And he thought that was funny. Son of a bitch. He thought that was funny.
You've got to beat this guy before the end of this episode.
So when I was really young, you know, he did that, and then I'd be like, what's syphilis? And he was like, he was a pilot, so he's like, oh, it's a disease that pilots get. I was like, okay.
I mean, it can be.
And then later in life, I was like, oh, that's what's,
Oh, all right.
it's a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, but exclusively for people in the Mile High Club.
So you should have just told me that. I kind of wonder, like, if I have a kid, if I'm just gonna be, you know, when he's like 5, and I'd say like, oh, you know,
Yeah, if he's like,
AIDS.
is Santa Claus real? Just be like, no.
Nah, I give you presents. Why should he get all the fucking
Yeah,
credit?
right? Like, did Santa buy your fucking Xbox One?
Yeah. Well, also, there's like a degree of separation, so like, you know, it's kind of like, will Santa bring it to me? Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
and then it's
sure.
like, oh, if he doesn't, then it's like, oh, no, he didn't do it. Like, oh, well, maybe next year. But like, if it's you, then it's like, why didn't you get me that? I specifically asked for it, and you didn't get it for me. You know I asked for it.
I remember being, I couldn't have been older than like 4 years old, and like my first tooth came out that I can remember, you know, and I remember like believing in the tooth fairy, so I like stayed up late to see if like the tooth fairy would show up.
Right.
And I do remember like having my eyes like mostly closed and seeing like my mom come in and like put $1 under my pillow or something. And I just remember thinking, like, I didn't say anything, but I remember thinking like, I fucking knew it. There's no magic in the world.
And it was like a really silent breakfast that next day.
Yeah. So,
Did the tooth fairy bring you something? Yep.
yeah.
It sure did.
Well, I don't know about that, but I got $1.
Mom.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, well, that's nice. I guess the tooth fairy came then. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I bet she did. Yeah, you just like pull the parental like role reversal.
Yeah.
Like, so do you have anything you want to tell me?
She's like, what do you mean?
Oh, well, I think you know.
Yeah.
I think you know what I mean.
I don't think dollars find themselves underneath pillows on their own very often.
Pillows.
Pillows. Hello!
You did have an imaginary friend when you were growing up,
Oh, no, I had what's called as an imaginary friend.
right? What does that mean?
So, like, having an imaginary friend was like a thing. Like, it was in like every cartoon show and like
Right.
every sitcom. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, should I have an imaginary friend that I'm convinced I can see?
Right.
So I just pretended I had an imaginary friend. Like the next level of having an imaginary friend. I was so not convinced.
It's
I was
so
like,
meta.
I can't see anything.
You see, I was the exact opposite way. I had an imaginary gang where, like, it was 3 imaginary friends that would, like, back me up in everything I said. And the 4th one would always have, like, a really goofy take on it. Like, I'd be like, hey, guys, let's go party today. And they'd be like, yeah, I like pizza. You know, like,
The precursor to your current comedy.
yeah, go figure.
I remember I was in a room with my parents and somebody else, and this somebody else was like, I think this was in like the fucking 90s. I was very young.
Sure.
They were like, I think Seal is gay.
Like
The singer.
the singer. Okay.
Seal.
Not gay.
Yeah. And then I was like, what is gay? Like, just like flat out, like this is the moment that my parents are dreading.
Oh, right.
And they just sort of look at each other and they're like, well,
How did they put it?
it means that you like to kiss boys.
Wow, did they say it like that?
Yeah. And I was like, huh, maybe I'm gay. I mean, I don't know. I've never kissed a girl, and I like kissing my dad. He kisses me goodnight every night, and I like that.
The innocence of a child. Oh man, that's funny.
So that was my first, and that's what I like truly believed for like a long time. I was like, well, I guess they like to kiss boys, which isn't wrong.
That is funny. Well, like, I'm trying to remember my first exposure of any kind. I think it must have been like, it must have been some kind of HBO thing, because HBO at the time was like in the 80s, that was the only television network willing to even like touch like any kind of thing like that. And it was actually. I remember watching like two guys kiss on HBO, and I think I had like a heart drop kind of moment.
Whoa.
Yeah, just because it was like, it looked so weird and different, you know? I was like, whoa, what, that can even happen?
Whoa.
Yeah, and my mom...
Did you lose a bet?
Yeah. Well, just because it felt like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bowser.
Wrong isn't the right word, but like, because I wasn't like disgusted, I was just like super shocked.
You've never seen him.
Yeah. And my mom was like, yes, well, some men like to be together romantically and have sex. And I'm like, oh my God!
I don't even know what that means with a man and a woman!
Yeah, I learned that early too, because my mom was like, might as well learn.
What's going on with this Bowser?
Although I did have, my mom gave me a book, like when I was a kid, like about how people love and where babies come from and stuff. And like the scene of copulation with the man and a woman is just like a man and a woman like smiling together in a bed. Like you can see that they have naked shoulders. Nice. And like they've got the covers pulled way up. Watch your health. And my mom, I remember even that, like as tame as that is, I was like, oh my God, I have to just look at this for a while. Like something's going on here.
My body is reacting.
Yeah, it's really interesting how like you almost instinctively know, like you don't know what sex is, but you instinctively know that there's something that should be interesting about that situation to you.
Oh, sure.
Have I ever told you that I used to put M&Ms in cottage cheese?
That's disgusting.
You know what? It probably is, and I don't doubt that it is. But like, as a kid, I fucking loved it. It's like, because as a kid, like weird flavor combinations don't bother you because everything tastes good somehow.
Whoa.
And hey, how are you? And plus, the M&Ms would leave rainbow-colored trails in the cottage cheese.
Ew.
Yeah, so it really looks like a party.
Why don't you do that with fucking yogurt or something?
I don't know. I was a kid. I didn't have the yogurt access that some people with a fucking silver spoon born in their mouths.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't have actual yogurt. I had Go-Gurt. I had Go-Gurt, which you couldn't fucking put anything in.
Why not?
Because it's a tube. It's a little tube.
Yeah, you could squeeze it out of a tube into a bowl.
Yeah. Oh my God. You think I have that kind of brain power to figure that shit out on my own?
I don't fucking know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Yeah. Clearly I don't, and because it's past tense.
Didn't.
Do you ever think about how weird it is that, like, just talking about bros, how when we were in grade school, we used to walk down the hallways, and I mean, we were nerdy kids, you know, like we were awkward and kind of outcasts. So like, it's so weird to walk down the hall when you're like 10 or 11 and you're like clutching your backpack and you're all closed up and hunched over.
Right.
Because like the big kids are like standing there and you're just waiting for them to make fun of you. And then you look back now and those big kids were like 13.
Yeah.
And you're just like, my God. Like, I can't believe I was ever afraid of those little punk bitches.
Like a swift kick from a 15-year-old would have shut him up.
Yeah. Absolutely. It makes me want to go to like a school now and like
beat up all the bullies?
Yeah, totally. Like see whoever's getting picked on and just be like, it's gonna be all right, man. And I'll show you why it's gonna be all right.
You just
and then just fucking pummel the kids making fun of them.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Absolutely. Oh, you blew it.
Yeah, I fucking blew it.
You always have to get the one, man.
I bet like back then there was like a strategy guide on like who to use for each level.
In fact, you know what? I think that was the
Son of a
first,
bitch!
I think that was the first issue of Nintendo Power
Oh, dude, I remember the first issue of Nintendo Power.
with like the clay Mario.
Yeah!
On the front.
I totally remember that. That was in my friend's bathroom. I guess it was his like deuce reading. And I just remember like, I think it was before I'd ever played Nintendo. So I saw it and I was like, what is this fucking awesomeness that I'm looking at right now?
Oh god, yeah, that must have been new.
Oh yeah,
Like
totally.
with that issue, it's like Nintendo Power.
Yeah, what is Nintendo?
It was literally like one of the commercials for it, where it just like opens up and it's like, like the fucking wind and the light like fly up, and it's like, whoa! You've got the power.
I totally fucking remember the first time I ever played or ever saw Nintendo. It was at my friend's house, and I just remember like seeing it and like, whoa! That totally worked.
Nice work.
Yeah, fantastic.
Back when I was a teenager, my friend's dad had an ATV, and he liked to put pictures of himself on the ATV all over the house. Yeah. Whoops. But yeah, my friend's dad always used to take pictures of himself on the ATV on the fridge, and then we would like write word bubbles on the pictures that would like take away the coolness of the picture.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it'd be like him going over like a badass mogul, and we just like have a thing like, look at me, I'm on an ATV. Tee-hee-hee! Oh, I'm filled with glee! And then mysteriously the picture would be ripped down in anger like a day later.
But you would actually draw on it?
No, we would like draw like the word bubble on a piece of paper and then cut it out and like tape it onto the photo. Yeah.
And you see like the little tape mark angrily ripped out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, back in the days when you actually had photos.
That's true.
Wasn't that a special time?
Well, you can still go to CVS.
Yeah.
Or
Genovese.
Kinko's and get yourself a printed picture from your digital pic. You know what I actually did? This was one of the first, like, when I was a kid, I was like, I was a creative kid, so I was always like making shit. And this was one of the first like acapellas I ever did.
Oh, really?
Where I just like recorded my voice like doing a whole song, like what Smooth McGroove does.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did that shit like a million fucking years ago. Not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like, I was doing that in 1996.
Way to bite Ego's idea, Max.
But like I did like 3 songs and then I was like, I can't sing.
Well, I used to have when I was a little kid on cassette, I used to have like Charlie Brown, it's a Charlie Brown Christmas and stuff like that on cassette. And then on the other side, on the flip side of the cassette, was record your world of sounds. And then you could just do whatever you want. So I have like these really amazing fucking like tapes with me and my sister. And I'm just like, hi! And I had probably just learned how to curse, and I'm like, you're an asshole! You know, I'm like so proud of myself.
Damn!
Oh. But it's
what the hell?
it was crazy listening to it, like, because I found it last summer, and like, it had like the barking of a dog that like died when I was like 12, and I was like, oh my god.
Did it bring back horrible memories?
Not horrible memories, good memories.
Oh.
It was just amazing to hear again.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I like that it's called Nanners. That makes it taste better to me.
Cool.
It was my sister's nickname.
Really?
Yeah, Dana. Dana Banana.
Aw. Why is your childhood full of cute nicknames?
we had creative minds in my household and a lot of free time.
I remember when I was really young, they wanted to call me AJ, my family, and then that stuck for maybe a day.
Because of Aaron Joseph?
Yeah. And then that was that.
My people in my town called me AJ, but it was short for a Jew.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Jesus. I grew up in a mostly Jewish neighborhood. Jews tend to cluster together.
So they called everyone AJ.
Yeah, exactly. I've told you this. I grew up in a half Jewish, half Italian neighborhood, and then there were the like half Jews, half Italians who were known as pizza bagels.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
That shit must have been delicious.
Pizza bagels?
No, living in a town with half Jews, half Italians.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good food.
Like, damn.
Mostly from the Italian side. Jewish food is not that amazing.
Whatever, dude. You got bagels.
We got bagels. We got a lot of bagels. Actually, now that I think about it, I can think of 5 separate bagel shops in my hometown.
That's right.
No one's as cute as hamsters.
Oh, you gotta admit, dude, hamsters are fucking...
Love
Gerbils are pretty cute, too.
They're alright.
And guinea pigs are alright
Hamsters are
as well.
fatter than gerbils, though. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had 2 hamsters named Sam I Am and Sack-a-Pack.
Which one was the dominant one?
Sack-a-Pack, actually. Sam I Am was pretty chill. Sadly, they both died as they lived like 25 years ago. Oh my god.
Wow.
That's weird.
What?
That's weird.
That is weird. I haven't even been alive for 25 years, except that I have.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't really remember...
Being 2?
Yeah.
No.
4, I think, is my earliest, like, conscious memory. Oh, God!
Yeah, that's okay.
That's fine.
Don't worry about
Concentrate
the dogs.
on the chicken drumsticks.
I turned on when I was in New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah! I remember you saying that. And that's a good way of saying it, too.
Which I turned on?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You just
like,
kind of...
click! Like, now I get what it is to be human.
It's weird because you wanna deal in extremes. You wanna deal in like the moment that you remember.
Right.
But I don't. I just remembered things that happened during that time.
Whoa. Yeah. My earliest memory that I can really maybe I can't. I don't know. I remember watching football with my dad, but I think the very earliest memory I can recall is I went to nursery school. It was the first day of nursery school at the Hebrew school. And or the temple, whatever. And it was the first time I'd ever been apart from my mom, like, and I remember her like saying goodbye to me in the car, and she was like, "You're gonna be fine. You're okay, right?" And I'm like, "Yup, I'm okay." Like totally not okay.
Yeah.
And I went and I cried behind the piano.
Aww.
Yeah. Dude, I was scared. But then Miss Gloria, the nursery school teacher, taught me how to play with blocks. And
then did you play with blocks?
no, I threw them at other kids because I was scared.
Are you serious?
No. Yeah, I was acting up. I was fussy because I was like so like.
Intimidated?
Yeah, I just like I didn't have that conscious sense that my mom would be back, and like when you're a kid, time moves differently.
Take it, biatch. Yeah.
Do it.
Eat shit and die, motherfucker. Sorry, was that getting a little too... It's getting a little too heavy for you.
There's always the one person that says something too fucking real.
Yeah. That was super alternative, dude.
Like, like the parents at the Little League game. Come on, Billy, this kid's got nothing. Fuck him up!
Hoorah!
Oh, God.
There's something a little too genuine about like the guttural.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em up!
We always had that, like, one dad, like that in our fucking baseball games.
Woo!
Yeah.
Just the one clapping dad.
Yeah.
Woo! Shove a dick in it!
Yeah. Don't worry, Timmy, this pitcher hasn't got shit!
Show him who's awesome! And show him who's a piece of garbage!
Yeah. I swear to God. Timmy, can I talk to you for a second, please? I was a failed sports star myself, so I am living completely vicariously through you.
So you need to step up
Yeah,
your
you
shit.
really need to get your shit together. Oh, damn.
Yeah, don't worry. Amy's invincible.
Yeah, don't worry. That's just a fucking buzzsaw that she took to the chest.
Yeah, no problem.
Kids are amazing that way. They can shake shit off like you would not believe.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember when I was in school, we were playing like dodgeball. Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't even dodgeball. We just had a ball and we were like throwing it. And then I had some friend that wasn't really my friend. Like he was just a kid that I was. God damn it!
Lord.
It was just a kid that I went to class with, and I was like alone with him. So we were like tossing the ball at each other, and then I was like, "Think fast!" And I just like threw it at his face, and it just went. Boom! Fucking knocked him over, and I was like, "Ooh!" And then he got up, and he was like, "You knocked my tooth out."
Oh God,
And, like,
really?
his like new tooth came out.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Was it an adult tooth or a baby tooth?
No, it was a baby tooth.
Oh, that's fine then.
but like,
No harm done.
I was like, "Oh no!" Like it was such a.
Yay! Your best ever.
It was such a personal failure. I'm sure somebody will yell about it in the comments to me.
Great.
And then I'll be like, whatever. And,
Oh my god, dude.
and then
These things, the thing you're on right now
yeah.
is giving me a crazy flashback to my, like, young childhood.
Is it like a frisbee?
No, it was... Holy shit, I don't even know what these things would be called.
Wait.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Please tell me.
It's the fucking, like, the like, steel wire wand that has, like, the little disc on it with the 2 magnets on the side.
No, but
And then it
close.
goes like,
Very close, very close.
Oh, okay.
No, these had to be before your time, because I was only like 4 or 5. They were these plastic discs that were like... It was like a baby's version of a record player. Like, they were records, and they had, like, little divots and weird shit on them, like little bumps. And then, like, there was the pin, like, that would make the sound on a record player. It was like a bunch of little pins next to each other in a line. And each time they'd hit a bump, it would be like ping, 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 ping.
So a music box.
Yeah, like a little music box, but like a really specific kind that had discs that looked like just like that because they had those like grooves in them.
Fuck, I know what you're talking about.
Do you really?
Yeah, I had one of those.
Oh my god, that really takes me back. I'm gonna call my mom and see if she still has that.
And send it.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, they used to like have like little Sesame Street crossover things.
That's one of those things where, like, if you call your mom and you're like, Doobles, can I,
Doobles! You
yeah.
know I call her Doobles?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, awesome.
It'd be like,
My mom's name is Debbie, by the way, which turned into Doobles somehow.
so you'll be like, do you know those little things or whatever? And she's like, yeah. And it's like, could you send that to me? And then she'll be like, all right, what's wrong? What's going on?
Who hurt you?
Why is it that you're thinking of nice memories from your childhood?
Yeah.
And you need this to be happy right now?
That's very funny.
What's the hardcorest shade that you've ever thrown?
Probably dark brown. I don't know. I'm not much of a shade thrower.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious.
I'd have to think about it.
Because I can like, for example, I can count the times that I've like screamed at somebody
Yes.
on one hand.
Yeah, I think the times when I really screamed at someone, it was before I was a fully developed human being.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can remember really screaming at my sister because she made me so angry and I didn't want to hit her, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, I wonder if I could scare her by how loud I can scream. And I did, and she started crying, and then I felt really bad.
Wow.
And I just thought, I will never do this again. That was probably... I couldn't have been older than like 9 or 8, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's weird how stuff like that sticks with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was probably like a huge... It was like cathartic and also sort of like scarring almost.
Yeah, well, it was shocking to hear that sound come out of me,
Yeah.
you know?
And like feel the aggression on your throat. And
Yeah. Plus, my dad never like took a swing or anything like that, but he would yell really loud when I was a kid, and I think it was part of the reason I did the opposite of that. Always, you fucked it up. I'm gonna scream at you.
No! Dan, no!
But yeah, I remember getting yelled at by my dad as a little kid and thinking, I will never act like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what thought I had a lot as a kid?
What's that?
The thought that adults would treat me like an idiot. And I just remembered thinking, I hope when I'm an adult, I never lose sight of the fact that as a kid, I felt like I knew a lot more than they gave me credit for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And ironically now, I hear kids talk, and I think, God, they're stupid.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? Is it's not so much a like... It's not so much a they're actually right as it is like a feeling, you know?
Yes.
Because it feels so much like you're being slighted by somebody who's like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I do. I've thought a lot about it, and... You know, and it's like, well, maybe they
I know a lot about life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think I learned the most about life when I was 35.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, fucking 25-year-old Aaron is like. If I could meet him, I'd be like,
Oh, kiddo.
just listen to me for a second.
Yeah. Why don't you shut your whore mouth for a second?
I think the thing for me, because I have, I've got new family, you know, I have, nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
On Susie's side.
Same with my sister, Dana. She's just cranking them out.
Yeah.
And every now and then there's a new human being that I get to talk to.
But like, I didn't really have them in my life until pretty recently.
Oh, okay.
And, so I got to like try out how to act around, you know, teenagers.
Sure.
And I feel like it worked out pretty well, because I was just like, here's what I want to do. I just want to listen. I just want to listen and let them know I'm listening.
Right.
Because that's something that I felt like I never got as a kid.
For sure.
And holy crap.
First of all, do not disrespect the Bloods like that.
But it really paid off. Like, they obviously felt like very special and appreciated.
Yeah.
Just because I listened, and like, if they did say something that was like naive or whatever, I either wouldn't comment on it, or I'd just like genuinely be like, oh, that's interesting. Why do you think that way?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and then they would explain, you know?
Shit, dude, no one listens to you when you're a teenager, in a lot of ways. Stop crying. You crying?
Baby.
Did you, when you were a kid, did you cry a lot?
No.
Like if someone made fun of you?
The only time I remembered crying when I was young was I was listening to a Ren and Stimpy cassette tape.
This is already weird.
And it was a song about how Ren left Stimpy because he became famous when he got his pectoral implant.
Yeah.
And it's sung
Not
by
a sad
Stimpy.
episode, by the way.
It's sung by Stimpy.
Yep.
And I like cried.
Really?
I like bawled like a baby. I was like, oh, poor
That's
Stimpy.
funny. I cried a lot as a kid. Like, I was super emotional. I don't know why. Oh, hello again, friend. Yeah, I don't know. Like, when people would make fun of me and stuff, like, I just couldn't help it as a kid. Like, I just, like, feel the hot wash and the nose tingle, and I just be like, you don't know, you can't say that. My mom loves me. Oh, it's the worst.
Aw, that's cute.
I guess.
I guess.
I mean, I guess.
That was
like,
cute.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
If a kid started crying when he got made fun of, would you be like, oh, how cute? Or would you
No,
just
I'd be like, man up, pussy.
Oh,
No,
damn.
I'm just kidding. Of course I would understand.
We talked about that, right? Like walking under your parents doing it, and you're like, I don't know what's happening.
I've never done it.
Really?
No.
I saw my parents like once, but I just thought like they're just rolling around. That's fine. Nothing weird about that.
They're just rolling around.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nice.
Yeah, they were still like fairly clothed, as I recall, which was
okay.
incredibly fortunate.
So like, was there any specific like now that you're older, you're like
the oh god no moment.
I guess, yeah. Where like a position that's like, as a kid is like, oh, that's a piggyback ride or something. But like,
well,
as an adult, you're like, oh no, that's a triple butt stab. I can't imagine my parents in that position.
Yeah.
I can only imagine Sasha Grey.
Yeah, it's funny because like you hear the terms when you're a kid before you fully know what they are, and you're like, "Oh, doggy style. That sounds like a fun thing with pets." Oh no! Oh, this is bad.
Nice.
Nailed it. Oh yeah, because these were the first video games I'd ever played that didn't require a quarter.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
right.
Except for this one fucking handheld game. I wonder if any footage of it exists online. My dad bought it for me. It was a precursor to the Game Boy because it only had one game, but it was called Caveman.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is it a Game & Watch?
I don't know.
Did it have
what that
two
is.
screens?
No.
I never heard of Caveman.
I mean, it's really primitive. I just remember at the beginning. I didn't
Get it?
That was an accident.
That's funny.
It just goes like, And then you're like a little caveman trying to throw a trying to throw a little thing at a dinosaur while avoiding lava pellets that fall from the sky.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was for realsies.
4 straight up realsies?
Absolutely.
I gotta find that now. Caveman?
Caveman.
Dude, I gotta get that for you.
It's so primitive, dude. And you could see that, whoa, look at you, just fucking tearing ass.
I'm telling you, man, I know all the crits.
Dude, when I played Little League Baseball, I got the Good Try Award, and I felt great about myself. I, like, walked around with it. I was like, I got a trophy, Dad.
You know, even as a kid, when I got, like, the honorable mention, I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. This feels like it has no honor.
Yeah.
So why'd you even mention it?
There's honor in trying, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Careful.
When I was a kid, I used to wear big t-shirts and no pants. And my brother's friends
Like a nightgown?
Kinda, pretty much.
Okay.
And my friends would come by and they'd go, put some pants on.
And were you like, hell no?
Pretty much.
You can't tell me what to do. This is my house. You can't come into my house.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, yeah.
They had a little drum beat at the end.
Those were good times.
Yeah. As when I was a child, so I remember many things.
Yeah, do you find that sometimes you remember shit that happened like 20 years ago better than you can remember stuff that happened like earlier this afternoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
All things, actually.
Me too. I don't know why that is.
Well, because we're all old and cynical, so nothing makes an impression on us anymore.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but back then everything was like, wow, and wondrous.
I'm pretty sure my brain is just full.
Also, we were inundated with fucking repetitive marketing.
Yeah, it's true.
So we remember, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Dude, my
we
mom
saw it a million times.
My mom can still sing like jingles from like the 50s.
When I was a kid, I had like one of those popcorn ceilings.
Popcorn ceiling.
Yeah, you know, like the ceiling that's all like textured and because they just slapped it up there. I don't know how to make it.
Yeah, like a stucco kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of. And I remember there was like a face like right above my bed.
Oh, sure.
That like freaked me out the first time I saw it, and then every subsequent night I just like would stare at it and I'd just be like, there's the face.
Yep. Hey, what's up, Carl?
But it was like it was always interesting to me because the face was drawn by the fact that the light was consistent every night. You know? Like if the light was going a different way, there wouldn't be a face.
Right.
So that was always very fascinating to me. Yellow dunes.
Nice.
Ooh, that looks delicious. Fuck. I'd eat that fucking Play-Doh.
Me too, buddy.
I'd eat any Play-Doh. But.
Yeah, I ate a lot of Play-Doh when I was a kid.
When you make a little hamburger out of Play-Doh, it's like...
it's kind of salty, and you're like... You're a kid, so you're already eating chapstick on the regs.
Whoa, did you?
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Oh, man.
I ate my share of chapstick.
I'd never tried.
And I turned out fine.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with me.
When I was a kid, I used to, like, go through the Holland Tunnel all the time, which connects New Jersey to New York City.
Uh-huh.
And it used to blow my fucking mind, because it goes under the Hudson River. I was like, how the fuck did they build this? Like, were they in scuba gear? And, like, you know, try, like, putting in one brick at a time, and then they had to vacuum out the water? And my mom was like, no, they just dug under the river. I was like, oh. I know, Mom. I know.
I was just speaking rhetorically.
God.
I was making a joke.
You embarrass me.
Stupid.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm a disgrace
Yeah.
to the fucking family.
How did I not know that? Did she really say it like you were an idiot?
No, she said it very lovingly.
Yeah.
Like in the nicest way possible.
No, they just dug under the water, you stupid fucking bastard.
Yeah. Jesus. You were adopted, I wish.
That's like worse than you were actually adopted.
Oh my god, of course. Yeah!
Hey, Joy penned it. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Like, yeah! Some shit I could have gotten for 50 cents at the supermarket.
Anyway.
It's like those stickers, like they have them in vending machines, like 4 stickers, but it's like got 4 slots for the quarters, and you like lay the quarters in, and then you push it in, and you're like, and you pull it out,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's a sticker.
Yeah, but dude, when I was a kid, that shit was like gold.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe I just got the Raiders sticker.
Yeah.
The team that I don't even know. This is awesome.
No, you got it. Raiders.
I heard this was the most rarest.
Though when you were a kid, they were probably the LA Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. It's a little football trivia for you.
I don't know anything about football.
Have you ever seen the way your head snapped back when you said Tralps? It just looked like some kind of like weird mating call, and it reminded me of like I used to have these Anole lizards when I was a kid. Do you know them?
Yeah, we had them in Florida.
Yeah, little green guys.
They weren't native, but they were brought over like from Cuba or some shit.
Oh yeah, they're one of those lizards like you need 2, and all of a sudden you have a population of thousands.
Yeah.
And
You need to.
yeah, that's all you need. And I had 2 when I was a little kid, Lizzie and Lizelle, and
Did you ever rip off their tails just for fun?
God no! What?
Well, they grow them back.
Really? Animals do that? Anoles?
Yeah.
Are you fucking
They're
serious?
the ones with like the throat pouches, right?
Yeah. That's what would happen. Like, the male, Lizelle, he just like one day was like, and like this gross red pouch like just came out of his neck, and Lizzie just looked over and was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then they just rocked it, and I'm like 7 years old just watching this like, oh my god.
I can't believe you had them as pets.
They were awesome.
They just ran around our fucking yard all day.
Oh yeah, well I grew up in Jersey where that shit was exotic.
They were the worst because like they would just like hang out like on the edge of the sidewalk.
Right.
And then if you would just like go by on your bike,
Oh no.
they were like waiting. They were like, now! And, and then you'd be like, whoa! I don't want to run over these lizards.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you ever just squish one?
No, they're fucking amazing.
They're very fast when they want to be. Oh man.
I always just imagine one of them was just like, well, it's been a hard day's work at my job that I've spent years and years working my way up to the top in. I better go home to my 2 daughters and my beautiful wife and bike!
That is outstanding.
So, yeah, no, I've definitely, the thing that's funny, did you ever, like, stick your finger at them and then they bite it and then they just don't let go? And then you just kind of carry them around?
Oh, it's because they don't really have sharp teeth.
No, but they have a strong jaw.
Yeah.
So you could, like, grab them and then, like, put them on your ear and just, like, let them there for a while and they're just kind of like, meow.
Oh, you Florida kids.
Yeah, that's what we did for fun. What did you do for fun? All right. Well, I guess I'll see you later, Dan.
I grew up near this town called Millburn, and Millburn had like a river, so we would kind of like hop on these stones on the river and follow it down, and then the river led to a mountain, and like we'd travel up into like this mountain range, and we found this fucking really cool rock like up at the top of the mountain, and it was like a giant. It looked like a big stone table that was kind of round. So we went up there and we would pretend that we called ourselves the Knights of the Not So Round Table. And we shut up. And we'd basically have like LARPing sessions before LARPing was a thing. And we would just pretend we were like Dungeons and Dragons characters. And I was a mage. And like we would go on adventures and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you ever set fire to a factory or a mill?
No. This is gonna shock you. I did not have a girlfriend when I was a kid.
Oh, Dan,
I know.
you're breaking my heart.
Blowing my mind. My first date was when I was 13. I went. Oh my god. I went on a date with this girl named Jody, and we went roller skating.
Jody is such a first date.
Isn't it? And
Jody.
Jody. First of all, let me clear something up because I'm going to catch flack if I say it accidentally. I grew up in New Jersey. When I said I grew up in New York during the Mike Tyson thing, I meant I grew up in the New York area, and I just like didn't complete the thought. But I grew up in Jersey, like right near New York City, and so in Jersey, there's not many things to do. Don't shake your head at me. Oh, you're shaking your head at the sadness of dying. I'm sorry.
How could I pay attention to you?
I'm sorry.
When I have so much at stake.
So there was this girl named Jody, and I went on a date with her when we were 13, and so we went roller skating together. And here's a fun fact about going on dates that I didn't know. When you go on a date with a girl, you should spend time with the girl. But I didn't know that. So our date was pretty much like the roller skating rink that we went to had like video games on the side. So it was me playing the arcade game of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 while Jody roller skated by herself in semicircles around the fucking...
Oh god, that is sad.
Yeah, it's super sad. But I will say that the cool thing about going on dates when you're 13 is that the girls don't know what a good date is either. So after that, like, we hugged at the end, you know, and I got a note from her the next day in math class with like little hearts for all the eyes saying like I'm so glad we went on that date. It was
all she knows is that she knows she went on a date.
Yeah. She was like, that was the best date I ever went on. It was super fun. And then we never went on another date, and she gave my friend a hand job.
At 13?
No. This was years later. I'm just finishing the arc of my history with this girl. And then we all went to Wildwood, which is where you go for like spring break in New Jersey. And she gave my best friend a hand job. Good times. Just young love.
Yeah.
Young love. Just so many special memories of betrayal.
Did I ever tell you about that time that I tried to learn how to do a handspring?
I think you did, but I don't remember it. I just remember loving the story.
So I was like, I think it was Addams Family, and like Gomez did like a cool handspring shit. And I was like, oh man, that's really rad. I want to do that. So I just like looked up some videos, and it was like, cool, all right, easy. And it was like,
now that I've got the visual part down.
yeah. So it was like step 1, do a handstand, and I was like, all right, easy. So I started learning how to do a handstand, and I started getting like pretty good at it, and I could get like, you know, I could stay up there for like 5 seconds easy.
Right.
And then one time I just slipped and I just went like like a sheet of metal on my like flat on my back.
Oh,
and it was just like pop, and I was like, all right, well, guess that's it for me.
This reminds me of oh god, you know those like handheld games, not video games, but there'd be like a silver ball and you're, like, trying to get it like, and it that's what like,
and you gotta like pump it with air or like juice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like when you're pumping like with the rings in the water and you're trying to get it on a little jammy thing.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Freaking adored that shit as a kid. That was my Game Boy Wii. Fucking you.
This
you
is
damn kids.
You goddamn kid, we had stickball.
Get the hell off my lawn. You know what stickball was? It was a ball and a stick.
Figure that one out, Tetris.
All I was gonna say was, the last time I was in Burger King when I was a little kid, or a teenager, I remember I was gonna order chicken nuggets, I guess they call them, chicken tenders.
Jesus, yeah, they call them chicken tenders.
Yeah, and I saw the person, like one of the people who worked there, dragging in an entire clear garbage bag filled with like frozen Burger King chicken tenders, and I was like, wow, like you could just literally put that garbage bag of chicken tenders into a garbage and I'd be cool with that, and instead they're going into my mouth, and it was just a very unappetizing sight that I probably wasn't supposed to see.
Yeah, I don't think they want a lot of people realizing how they do their food.
Yeah.
Like Olive Garden's, like, what, it was like 80% of their food is just like fucking frozen.
Yeah, sure. Whoa, hey. Oh, gad. Oh, jeez.
Definitely a place like Denny's. Except they actually do make all their breakfast shit there.
Denny's was the last place I've eaten where, like, my stomach talked to me afterwards and was like, what the fuck was that? What are you doing? Do you ever go back in your childhood and think of, like, ASMR shit before they had a name for it? Like, just stuff that sounded good to your ears and it kind of gave you chills a little bit?
Yeah, but like Bob Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross is a perfect example.
Such an idiot.
But another one was when Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, whoops, nice. You found a way. When Dorothy is giving the Tin Man oil, and she's just like, and I was like, yeah. It's just something so peaceful about it.
Yeah. Oh man, I had a lot of that when I was a kid. I can't remember any one of. I guess I would say like nostalgic sound effects from video games. Right.
I can't think of sound effects. Oh yeah, I can. Fucking on Goonies 2. Like the lick my balls, like that one
yeah.
when the doors would open.
My ball.
Yeah, that shit just sticks in your subconscious forever.
That's I actually mentioned this in Super Mario Galaxy, but the sound effect that Mega Man makes in the Mega Man fucking
Aaron. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it,
man.
Okay.
The sound effect that Mega Man makes in the Mega Man cartoon when he like shoots his buster, it's this like foo sound effect, and it's really satisfying.
Isn't that also the sound you use to describe when a kickball fucking hits you in the face?
Actually, some kid like knocked my tooth out.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
It's pretty forked up.
We're not friends anymore. Although,
whoa,
I am literally not friends with anybody that I ever knew in like kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah. Do you still talk to kindergarten kids?
Not. There's a couple. There's a couple. I have some real. I've been fortunate, man. I have some real friends for life, like cradle to the grave kind of friends. But a lot of it's because we all ended up being nerds, and as like outcasts growing up, we stuck together and forged like really strong bond.
I met like my longest friends in like 4th grade. Well, actually, fuck. Grade, that was definitely elementary school. Oh man, yeah, I guess I would say like 3rd grade. I met like the first friend that I've had forever.
No kidding.
Yeah. And he was like
okay, I do have to hold that button down.
For me, he was like this mythical figure. Because my friend at the time, who was like his friend, like I didn't meet him for like a long time, so he'd like talk about this kid who like had all the cool stuff.
Right.
Like he had like Dragon Ball Z toys, and I was like, whoa, he really has that toy? And he's like, yeah, he has the fucking, he has Trunks and Goten. And I'm like, oh my god, really? That's crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually just had coffee with the girl I had like a crush on in like 1st grade.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's just amazing. It's amazing that like we're the same people as those kids, you know, like
Yeah.
so much fuck you, so much farther down the road, you know?
I feel like it doesn't even count.
What do you mean?
Like if you,
Like once so much time has passed?
yeah, you know, like I've met that person. It's like, nah, you know, I don't feel like you have. Like once you hit, I don't know, like 22, maybe like 25. When you hit 25 and then you like met somebody, I would say you.
God damn it.
I would say you know them.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
They could be 60 and you're like, yeah, I met you, I know you.
You do grow and change a lot, especially in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, like, when someone's like, we've been dating, like, since we were 20, and they're in their, like, mid-20s, I'm like, oh, so you've dated, like, 5 different people.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you just, every 6 months, you feel so different at that age.
Yeah, that is true.
Once you're in your 30s, it starts to, like, mellow out a little bit.
So I've heard, and I'm actually sort of looking forward to it.
It's, fuck you. It's quite nice, actually.
Annihilate the goo!
Oh my god. Jinx. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No black magic, no backsies, secret lock and key.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
I remember all that shit.
All I remember was for like Coke. Jinx for Coke.
Oh, no, it was in Jersey, it was Jinx, and then you had to count to 10 before the other person could. But then if you counted to 10 first, they could then use black magic to trump that, so you had to say no black magic. And then to fucking encode it for good, you had to say secret lock and key. or else something would happen, which I can't fully describe to you.
I love how there's like these fucking mystical rules.
Yeah.
As if there couldn't be another mystical rule brought up. Like,
Yeah.
like after you say secret lock and key, it's like ultra secret lock and key, mystical magic key breaking.
Because that's exactly what would happen. Like you'd say all that shit, and then like some fucking Weisenheimer would be like, dragon breath. And then you fucking have to be like, oh, what's dragon breath? And it's like, dragon breath melts the secret lock and key. And then you have to be like,
dragon breath.
yeah, then you have to be like, Jinx, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. No black magic, secret lock and key, dragon breath disallowed.
Dragon breath spell, broken, mystical white witch.
Dragon breath technically falls under black magic, so I'm gonna have to take this up with the committee.
The round table committee of fucking Jinx.
Gentlemen, please read back the minutes from our last meeting. And 2 guys are like, okay! And then they have to be like, damn it, Jinx, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Black magic, no backsies, no black magic, paladin swears! Wizard's cane on a mountaintop!
Raccoon ringlets!
Raccoon ringlets!
7-10 split!
Wonder Bra activated!
Monkey poofling!
Monkey poofling!
Oh, Lord.
Sonic Adventure came out 1999. It came out 9/9/99.
Wow.
That's when the Dreamcast came out.
And how old were you then?
I was 12.
Oh,
12-year-old Aaron.
you little patoot.
And I was so impressed. I remember I played this at fucking Disney because we just moved to Florida and our landlord worked at Disney and gave us free passes because fuck knows we wouldn't have been able to afford to go to Disney back then.
You idiot! How could you do this?
God, they really don't waste any time
Jesus Christ, dude!
showing you a little.
That is really absurd. Did that register with you when you were playing this as a kid?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that kind of shit because I wasn't fucking. Well, I guess I was puberty when I hit this game, but whatever.
Yeah, I remember liking girls as early as like 1st grade, but not actually knowing what to do with those feelings.
Yeah, I remember liking girls like really early on. I just don't know if I like cartoon hedgehog girls very much.
Oh, there's that. Oh, she's dead.
This is before Snake could swim at all.
Yeah, and then in 2 they were like, well, Mary Solid 2.
I guess he could swim.
They made you
Before
swim.
he was
That
a
one.
dugite.
What?
It's a snake that can swim.
Is that really a species of snake?
Yeah, it's in Australia.
Did you just drop some snake trivia?
Yeah, it's-
Did you know snakes?
I actually have
Did you
I actually have
say
a dugite story if you want to hear it.
I would love to hear your Dugat story.
Okay, so I was out at, I think it's a place, I might be wrong. I think it might have been a place called Margaret River. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I was out with some family. I was probably about like 10 or 12. I can't really remember. And I'm on these boogie boards and I'm out on this river and we're swimming with my buddy. And we get off onto like what's this kind of like, I guess it's an island that's in the middle of the river. And we get out and we're looking about like, oh cool, like this sandy island that's in the middle of this river. That's really cool. And then out of nowhere, we see a snake go between my friend's legs, and we're like, oh, fuck. So instead of like just running like just being still like normal people, my friend's little brother Ryan fucking threw a rock at it, and we went, fuck! And we like jumped on our boogie boards and jumped into the water, panicked. And it fucking chased us into the water. And we sat there for 20 minutes with our feet up on the board like the snake is gonna come back, it's gonna kill us, it's gonna fucking... and I believe they're poisonous, I don't know. But it was terrifying. And that was my scary snake story that happened in Australia. I'm terrified of snakes, by the way. I saw a garden snake at the front of my house, and I still check for it every time I walk out. And
Really?
That was 2 years ago.
Oops, just because of a garter snake?
It was a mall snake or something. They're really harmless.
Wait, is it garden snake or garter snake?
I don't know.
I think it's
I don't know.
garter.
I don't know the snake species here, but there was a snake in my front yard, and I flipped out. And every time I walk, I almost stepped on it because I didn't see it. But ever since then, I always check for that one snake that caught me, that surprised me that one time.
It's definitely a memorable game. Like, I remember, oh god, this is going like way back into my childhood, but like, there was
You know, like a little Grinch moment. Like,
Yeah, there was a place that before Burger King came to my town, there was a place called Burger Express, and I don't even know if they exist anymore, or if it even was a chain.
Yeah.
But they had a Burger Time video game in there, like the arcade cabinet, and I played the shit out of it, and I loved it.
Whoa.
And like, I would say Burger Time. What is this? Like 1982, 83?
Huh?
Because I couldn't have been older than like 3. It was one of those games. It was like not it was not the most popular game, but like Pac-Man was popular, and and Asteroids was huge, but like Burger Time was like that second level of like popularity. It was the Sonic the Hedgehog of arcade cabinets.
You heard it here first. Burger Time is the Sonic the Hedgehog of its era.
Yeah, it's true. It was like number 2. But yeah, this game was fun. This game, I like associate this with like summertime in my childhood.
Emphasis on was. Sorry, it seems like you're having a good time.
I am enjoying myself. Do you remember the first time you saw the word doubt written out and you were like, what the are you fucking serious? Doubt?
That sounds like a very singular situation that only you would know about because you had it.
I mean,
very strange.
I definitely like
situation.
Had a bunch of words like that, like Colonel. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding. Yeah, Colonel. Colonel.
The only thing like that I can remember from my childhood, at least right now, is there was one day where I just couldn't remember how to spell the word of.
Of?
Yeah.
O-F?
Yeah. I was like,
it's UV, right? Yeah.
No, it doesn't make sense. What is it?
That's a ray. That's a type of ray.
UV. But I just remember like just being so frustrated with like, that's not how you spell it. How do you spell it? Like I was like 9 or something.
I've had moments like that.
And I knew it was OF at some point, you know?
Yeah.
But for some reason that day I just completely forgot it.
It just didn't look right.
Yeah.
Dude, this actually made me cry when I was a kid. I forgot my mom's face one day.
Whoa.
Like, it was the weirdest fucking thing. Like, just one day at school, I was like, what does she look like? What does she look like? It was the weirdest.
Whoa.
And it's never happened before or after, but it was like the most upsetting, distressing moment of my childhood.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, heavier than I meant the conversation to go, but weird, right? Whoa! Damn, that's what it felt like. Just 1,000 cannons coming from the ceiling.
Assaulted by your butt. Well, that is something that's always terrified me, and it terrifies me whenever like something like it happens in my life where
you lose a very basic fact.
No, not even fact, but like function, or like there's something inside you that you're just like, I can't, like for example, when I get like really sick, I get plugged up by mucus, and there are times where there's just so much mucus that I can't breathe, and I'm like, if I don't figure this out in the next 3 seconds, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like I really need to get this plug out, and the things that I'm doing right now aren't working.
Not being able to breathe is a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I quit pot smoking.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, this shit feels awful.
So when was, sorry to skip backwards.
No, it's fine.
When was paleontology in your life?
That was when I was a little kid. That was the other thing I loved, because dinosaurs were so fascinating to me. But it's, you know, it's like, it's much more glamorous in your head when you're a little kid.
Right.
Like paleontology, and like, because you think it's going to bring you closer to dinosaurs, you know? But dinosaurs are gone, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can get all the thrill of dinosaur bones just by fucking walking into a museum and seeing them there,
right.
You know? Plus, like, I also realized that I don't have actively working sweat glands, you know? Like, so fucking hunching over in the deserts of Utah for, you know, hours at a time in the searing desert sun probably wouldn't have been the safest career choice for me. Like, having lived 36 years now, like, I can honestly say that, like, when I was a kid, like,
oh shit,
it feels so long ago, like little kid, like 5, you know? It actually feels like a different life, or like a dream, or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, there's some stuff that feels like really close.
Such as?
I don't know, just like some middle school stuff feels like it was like...
Oh, middle school, totally.
Really... And then I remember stuff from like when I just fucking first moved to Burbank, and it feels like way long ago.
What I'm experiencing might have something to do with this thing Brian was talking about, because we were talking about his daughter Audrey. And apparently, like, all children go through some, like, big amnesia situation around the age of 7 where you forget an enormous amount of your memories.
Really?
Isn't that weird? So, like, there's a reason, like, your very early years feel kind of, like, fuzzy.
Huh.
Mega Man, I have bad news. Your penis is very small right now.
What? I built it that way.
Yeah, I'm a doctor, and over there is where the penises are bigger than yours. You know, I actually had that situation when I was like 13 or 14. Like,
your penis was too big?
No, quite the opposite. My doctor, like, I had like a pediatrician for way too long.
A pediatrician?
Good one.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And you know how, like, sometimes you just see your childhood doctor for too long because, like, I don't know, you're just, like, lazy and scared of big person doctors.
You're, like, best friends?
Yeah, that was the case with me.
You invited him to your barbecue?
It was a woman. It was a lady.
Invited her
a
to
lady
your
woman.
barbecue?
An Indian lady named Dr. Mullock, and she was awesome. I loved her. But, like, the problem with that was, like, she kind of treated me like a kid for a very long time. And so my mom and she gave me like a physical when I was like 12 or 13.
Uh-huh.
And she's just like in the main like office with like everyone around, and she's like, your son is like, everything's fine, he's totally normal, he's just a little bit of a late bloomer, you know? And I'm like...
You haven't had your period yet?
Yeah, I mean, basically she was saying I had a small fucking baby dick for too long. And I'm just like, oh, this is awesome! Just like in front of like all the cute like receptionist girls. Like, super duper!
You just look to the sky and
What a great fucking day this is for me.
I think Burst Man's the easiest.
Go for that then.
Alright, fine. You got it.
I didn't know which one he was, so
He's got big yellow nips, dude.
I had to say something. He does have big yellow nips.
He's like, don't rub my big yellow nips or I'll burst, man!
Looks like he has like a one of those Hawaiian bras that's like 2 coconut halves.
I personally think they're his big yellow nips.
Yeah. Maybe they're his small dick, and his doctor can tell his mom about it loudly.
He's got his big dick nipples.
Yeah. Your robot son is a late bloomer. God damn it, Dr. Mullock.
Your son has a tiny penis, I'm sorry. And then she like looks to turn at the receptionist.
Yeah.
And just like...
Yeah. Yeah. Just because he has a crush on you doesn't mean you should consider going out with him, even when he's of age, because there are no indications that that situation's gonna get better.
But it's all better now, right? Like,
yeah, I don't have a micro penis.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool, actually.
Did you know...
Dude, you've seen my dick.
Did you... No, I haven't.
No?
No.
Really? Never?
No.
I'll show you my dick.
Alright, cool. Do you think if you lived life as Mike Rowe...
Mike Rowe?
Yeah, Mike Rowe.
The Dirty Jobs
Dirty
guy?
Jobs guy. That you would have to go around your whole life saying that you have a Mike Rowe penis?
That's a really good question. That's the dirtiest job of all. Woo!
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
They'll be contacted by Dr. Willie. Isn't it Wiley?
What the fuck?
All right.
Dr. Willie?
All right, whatever. They call me Dr. Willie.
My name's Willy Willy.
The Chevron.
I always get my gas at
A dangerous gas station, if I ever saw one.
That's the one that has the little toy clay cars from Aardman Animation. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's definitely, our our low shots are less powerful now.
When I was a
The
kid,
low key.
when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna collect all the Chevron cars because they're so cool and I love Aardman animation, and I didn't collect a single one.
Check this out.
You know what I never understood about Santa?
What didn't you understand about Santa besides all of it?
I guess this is like, if you have a little brother or sister in the room, like, cover their ears right now or pause them and get them to leave the room.
Christmas spoilers.
Put
up a Christmas spoilers warning.
Put up a Christmas spoiler warning, Kevin. Christmas spoilers.
Oh no.
All right, so like my dad, like, maybe I told the story on one Christmas, but like episodes, but like my dad, he wouldn't admit that he lied to me about Santa.
Oh, no. Ooh.
So he took me into like my sister's bedroom and sat me down, and he's just like, all right, I want to talk to you about Santa Claus, and I'm just like, awesome, I love Santa Claus, and then he just goes, well, you see, like, we as parents carry on the tradition of Saint Nicholas.
Oh.
And we.
Oh no! Fuck. Dude, this is
we
very...
carry on the traditions of Saint Nicholas, and you see, that's what we're doing, and you know, like, we're living on the spirit of Saint Nicholas, and I'm just like, I didn't understand what he was trying to tell me. I was just like, okay, cool, so that's why Santa comes, and like he just wouldn't say like, get your little brothers out of the room.
Yeah, make that Christmas warning.
Another Christmas warning, Christmas
bigger.
spoiler.
Make it bigger.
Santa is not real.
Whoa! Don't put that on screen, Kevin.
Kevin.
Keep the dream alive.
Keep the dream alive. So, basically, I was just like, he didn't say it. So, like, as a kid, I just thought, like, oh, he's just trying to tell me that, like, I thought he was trying to tell me that Santa's real name was Nick. And that's all I took from the conversation. So.
We're keeping the dream alive, and his name is Nick.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, that's cool.
How
like,
old
parents,
were you?
I would have been like 7 or 8. I don't remember.
It's pretty young to be like, son, I gotta talk to you about Santa.
I might have been like 9. I don't remember.
I don't know when that talk happens.
And then, like, a year later, or maybe a little bit like less, my sister's just, where I'm talking about Santa Claus, my sister's like, Santa's not real. And I'm like, what? And like, 'cause she believed in Santa, so I was really confused. I was like, what do you mean Santa's not real? And she's like, Santa's not real, Ross. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, Dad told you Santa's not real. And then it just clicked. I'm like, oh my God, that's what my dad was trying to tell me? And then, like, I started crying because I was so sad. I was like, all the magic just left the world. I was like, magic isn't real.
Well,
Christmas isn't real.
Just Santa's not.
Yeah, I know. So I was just like, fuck.
Wow, that's really tragic.
That's lame. When did you find out Hanukkah wasn't real?
Whoa, dude. Okay. I don't even have a response to that.
Did you know, like, Santa wasn't real, and then, like, you weren't allowed to tell the other kids?
See, I don't even remember that being a thing, but I do remember one of my friend's younger brothers got in trouble in kindergarten because he went on telling everyone that Santa wasn't real.
Oh,
so
no.
he got in trouble, and like his parents had to give him a talking to and be like, let the other kids have their fun. Because that's what, I guess, being a Jew is growing up in America.
Yeah, because you have
It's
to,
just like, well, it's Christmas everywhere, just put up with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that spoiler warning is still on screen.
No, I mean, it doesn't have to
or
be
if
on
it's
their
been
screen,
away,
Kevin.
then it can come back now. The Tooth Fairy's not real. I don't know if you knew this.
That's a tooth spoiler.
That's a tooth spoiler. It's not a Christmas spoiler, but
Tooth
dang.
Fairy's fucked up.
So when I was a kid, I believed the Tooth Fairy existed because why the hell would my parents want my teeth? The thought never even crossed my mind. But when I was getting older, I was like, wait, but like maybe it is my parents because who else knows? Or like maybe they tell the Tooth Fairy. I like didn't know how it worked.
Yeah.
So I lost a tooth, or like I pulled out a tooth that was loose, and I put it under my pillow without telling my parents.
Right.
And the next morning, the tooth was still there.
Oh,
And I was like, oh my God.
That's
So
genius.
I was very proud of myself, and it wasn't even like, no, the magic's gone. I was like, I learned how the
Detective
world
work.
works.
I put the test of I put Santa to the test when I was about like, it would have been like 9, I think. It was around the time that my parents like had to pull me aside and be like, Santa's not real.
Aw.
And it probably related to this particular.
Christmas warning, Christmas spoilers.
Oh, yeah, Christmas
What was
spoilers.
at the end?
Christmas spoilers. I put Santa to the test, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask for something so ridiculous because I know that this guy can do anything he wants. And I was like, what is the one thing I really want the most? And as a kid, I was like really into Sonic, and I was just like, man, like, I want Sonic the Hedgehog to come to life and be my best friend. And I was like, I'm gonna write that down as one of my requests. So I put a letter down. And I was like, "Dear Santa, I want Sonic the Hedgehog to come to life and be my best friend."
Oh, no.
Because I love the Sonic like Archie comics and games and stuff as a kid. And then I woke up the next day being like, "I'm gonna have Sonic as a friend." And then I was like, "No one's ever thought of this." I was really proud of myself, and I fucking.
You got a double jump. There you go.
I get to my letter and it's opened and has a reply. And it's clearly like my mom's handwriting. And it's like, "Russ, I wasn't able to get Sonic as your friend, but like, cause like last minute, like it was a letter only for Santa, like in the like only he would be able to do it at the last minute, like Christmas Miracle style."
Right.
And it's just a letter saying like, "I'm sorry, but like, you know, like you got so many good presents this year.
Budget's a little tight.
Budget's like, you know, like
animating the fictional is tricky.
Yeah, no, like I can't promise you anything."
Spoilers: Sonic's fictional. Sorry about that one.
Yeah, that's a Sega spoiler.
Hide your kids' ears.
Hide your furries. Hide your
no, let's not go there.
hide your personas. Scourge the Hedgehog.
So Santa failed you that year, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, I was like, wait.
So did you figure out from that Santa
No, I
may
was
not
like,
be all he seems?
I was like, something's up.
Or
I
like,
should've-
at least Santa is not the omniscient, omnipresent deity I thought he was.
So I was just like, man, I didn't get Sonic as a friend. Something's fucking up here. And then I think that's when my dad pulled me aside and was like, "All right, Russ, Santa's name is Nick." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Where's my fucking Sonic, bro?
Where's my fucking Sonic friend?
Where's Sonic as a friend? I want Sonic as a friend, bro."
Oh my god. Son, I have to tell you that
Santa's real name is Nick.
Real name is Nick.
All right, well, that's no excuse.
You didn't mean what?
I guess because it's only a thing that I would know because I had nightmares of it as a kid.
What?
Of like people arguing in the background, like really faint.
It's creepy.
Yeah. Well, I had like the weirdest nightmares. I had like textures.
Oh, she came out as Gil.
Nice.
Did you say textures?
Yeah, I would dream of textures, and it would like really terrify me.
So like I dream of Genie.
So like every time I touched like a weird texture as a kid, it would like creep me out.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Ew, now I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm fat! Ah!
And then I would hear.
I'm feeling weird things in my hands for some reason.
And that's where my low droning noise fear came from too. Those nightmares.
Dude, that's a natural fear, low droning noise.
But like it like and then it like raises in volume.
What do you mean?
So it'd just be like.
Well, that kind of shit drives you crazy.
Like that shit like fucking scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Tiki Grumps.
Did I ever tell you the story about the
Moed Grumps.
the phone in the garage?
No, but that sounds scary all fucking ready.
So like I was home alone and it was like 3. It was nighttime and this was
the Home Alone.
This is before I got that.
Okay,
but
good.
Nobody else did.
Good.
It was late at night. I was home alone and this was before cell phones.
Okay.
So we had like a portable phone for the house.
Yeah.
And it was ringing, and it was in the garage for some reason, and I was like, "What?"
A portable?
And so, yeah.
You mean like the
a
wireless
cordless
kind?
phone? Yeah. And so it was like, I was like, okay. So I went in the garage, and it was on the dryer for some reason, and like I picked it up and I like turned it on, and I was like, "Hello," and it was like, you know the fucking noise from like horror films that's like. It was playing that.
Oh yeah,
just on the phone.
It's just like phone static.
And no, it didn't sound like. It wasn't like. It was like. With like echoes and shit. And I was just like, oh, fuck!
Did you get scared?
Yes! I was home alone in the dark garage.
Oh god, that must have been terrible.
This fucking felt like I've never heard this before.
That happens though sometimes. I don't think it was anything supernatural, mainly because I don't believe in anything supernatural.
I know, but it was creepy.
Yeah, definitely creepy. Oh, I already killed this guy. You're dead! I've killed you. That's why you don't come out anymore.
There was another time
Where's the neighbor?
I was really young and I was home alone and I got a phone call from this girl and she was like, hey, I need to talk to Left Eye. And I was like, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. And she was like, I ain't got the wrong number. You let me talk to Left Eye. And I'm like, And I was like fucking like 12 or something. So
Left Eye?
I was like getting scared that this person was gonna kill me or something.
Really?
She was like, you put Left Eye on the phone right now. And I'm like, I don't fucking know who fucking Left Eye is. And I was like, I gotta go, bye. And then she called back and she was like, hey, yeah, you give me Left Eye right now.
It's Nick Murphy!
Hey.
Hold on. You know, I don't get random boners as much anymore.
Well, maybe you should see a doctor about it.
it's a thing I never enjoyed. Dude, nothing's worse. Being in class, having a boner, and then having to like go up. Such a cliche that's true.
The boner?
Yeah. One time I tried to jerk it in class.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
Really?
I think I might have too.
I love your reaction to that. No, that's why you're my friend. No judgment. You think that's awesome?
Yeah.
No,
why wouldn't that be the coolest thing?
I was just bored, so like I was doing like through my like.
It's super ballsy, no pun intended.
I got to like towards the end, and I think.
Oh my god, did you finish?
No, this was middle school.
Oh my god, it would have been so amazing if you fucking finished the class. And you were just like, and then like right then, fucking the teacher was like, "And what do you think, John?" And you're like,
oh my god, you ever had? I didn't finish, by the way.
Okay.
I realized it was weird, and people were probably looking at me. Dude, you know what's funny? Have you ever had a fucking feargasm?
No.
It's the worst sensation possible. It's when you orgasm right when like your dad walks in or something, and you're like, "Hey!"
Oh, yes.
You're like, "No, no, no, no."
Yeah, I have had that.
It's the worst.
You hear somebody
feeling.
walking down the fucking hallway, like right when you're finishing.
My dad walked in on me jerking it once.
Right when you're ejaculating.
My dad once, my mom once. Those are the only two slip-ups I ever had. I convinced my mom that I was looking at like a man. I don't know how my brain thought that was like the better thing.
Well, because it was like, oh, you would never, like, it's such a child naivety. It's like, I would never look at a man and have an excitement.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. And then my dad, I just remember he tried to play it off like he was still right about walking out on me jerking it. He kept being like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing! And he's like, well, you should be going to bed now. I was like, no! Oh, okay, just bye. Like, he totally knew, but he was just trying to play it off. Oh.
Go to bed. What other way can you respond, really, than you should be going to bed? Like jacking off in the fucking bathroom or something, and somebody like walks in like, oh, you should be going to bed, dude!
I don't know why do parents think it's cool to just fucking walk into a room? It's like, I get it.
Ever heard of knocking?
I mean, it's like, Jesus, give me a little fucking... I'm not gonna deny you access, just let me fucking make sure my wiener's not out.
Yeah.
Dick. My parents used to do it all the fucking time.
When I was a kid, I wasn't the cool kid. I was the dumb kid, and I got picked on a lot.
Were you really?
Mm-hmm. I remember some kid laid the Mike Roch thing on me, and I was like, oh, your name's Mike Roch? And he was like, yeah. And I believed it, and then he was like, no, it means Mike Roch, dude. And I was like, oh. Sorry I trusted you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Now that sacred trust of your crotch is broken.
Yeah.
Hey, next time on Game Grumps, we're gonna continue this level, because this is an in-depth one.
This one is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Props
I love
to
it.
you.
Joe.
I'm gonna keep...
God damn it, you take so much unnecessary damage.
Whatever, dude.
Okay.
It's fucking... Haven't you ever seen my Sonic and the Black Knight playthrough?
Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact.
Oh, whoops, I accidentally, but let's see if it works.
It sure didn't. Yay!
Alright, next time on Grumps.
Next time on Game Grumps, bye!